Hello, everyone. I hope everyone had a good day today, and the weather here was good today. And right now,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just resending the link out to some because Facebook is messed up or whatever. Hey, Bill.
Hey, Bill. Hey, Susan.
Hey, Susan.
Yeah, here's a book that I mentioned in Elaine's bingo.
Yeah,
I saw this sitting there with other books in their free box, and I was like, well, I'll be darned. It's coming home with me.
yeah, chicken soup for the soul. Yeah, recently went bankrupt or whatever. And that's why Redbox doesn't work anymore and all that. Hi, Stephanie.
Yeah, Bill. Yeah, that's not fun.
Hey, Angela.
Hey, Angela.
Yeah, and if you noticed, I'm in the kitchen tonight. Oh,
Yep, we got a slight change of location on Arnie's.
Hi,
I,
everybody.
Hey, Cricket.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
I'm doing okay.
Oh, doing okay.
Hi, Angela. Hi, Travels and More. Hi, Bill.
Hi,
Hi,
Erin.
Susan. Hope all you guys are doing good. Hi, Angela.
I'm doing okay so far.
Yeah, I'm doing okay. Just hoping the sinuses don't decide to blow up on me.
Oh, man, I tell you, I was sick. My granddaughter got sick at school. She's in high school, and she come home sick. She was out of school for 3 days. I was taking care of her, and then I started getting sick, and it put me down. I mean, like, I can usually fight something off pretty good and I'll still do things, but this literally put me down.
Yeah,
Oh, it was terrible. It was hard just to get up and take the dogs out. I was so sick.
yeah,
Feeling a little better, but I still have, like the sneezing and the headache and the body aches. But other than that, I'm doing okay. My neighborhood is just, there's so many people in my neighborhood that is so sick. Hi, Stephanie.
Yeah.
Hi, Earl.
hi, Earl.
Hey, Earl. Hey, Stephanie. I think I might have said hi to you already. Uh, who else do I say hi?
You guys see them storms that we might be getting? Thursday. I think it's Thursday, isn't it?
No, I didn't. I
Yeah, I
just,
watched Ryan Haw, and you're kind of in the red. Michigan's kind of in the red. Hi, Bren.
Oh, you're live. Duh.
Yeah,
hi, Bren.
Bren's
Hi.
in the red for Thursday too.
My what?
Um,
On the
What
phone.
weather?
the weather that's coming our way Thursday.
Oh, that's okay.
Um,
One sister called me, then the other sister called me. I talked to my dad this morning.
wow, Weather Channel on my
He's nasty
thing.
towards. They were so nasty, my sisters.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Thursday, rain early, then remaining cloudy with showers and windy
Hey, Bill.
conditions
Hey, Aaron.
developing in the afternoon.
It's Stephanie.
Thunder possible.
Angela.
High around 70. Yeah.
Hey, Susan.
Yeah, according to Weather Channel, for me, supposed to have a high of 78 tomorrow, high of 70 in that rain, and then just a high of 50 on Friday.
Yeah. Then we're going to start going
temperature,
downhill. Yeah.
Down it goes.
We're in that little swoop thing that's coming. I watched Ryan Hall, and he said that, Northeast, the people over Northeast, we're all going to probably see a lot of rain
Mm-hmm.
and high winds.
I'm the only one that got the coding right. And the classmates, they're all having issues with it.
Oh, yeah?
And I turned mine in. I put it. She had us do 6.2 and 6.120. I put them in the computer and I got 100% on them.
Mm. That's good.
So I told the classmates if they have trouble in one direction or want to know if they got the code right, to let me know before tomorrow.
Yes, Earl, this weather has been crazy, crazy, crazy weather. I ain't never seen weather like it.
Yeah,
I
Bill,
can't ever remember what I'm 63 years old. I can't ever remember weather being like this. Crazy. The South's getting flooded, the mountains going to shit, the Florida, and everybody, man. It's now they're getting snow already out west, and jeez.
Yeah, Bill, has been dry here too. Well, up until last night, because it rained a bit last night, but yesterday, yeah, I got out of my van, and my daggum car door gave me an electric shock.
Susan said she's on the upstairs tonight, and Bill said, "How can I peek in the window if you are on the second floor? Don't you own a set of binoculars?" Tell them you're bird watching, Bill. To get caught. Susan, you better draw your shades.
Oh, cricket. Well, Jacob, you and Bill combined are absolutely and utterly terrible.
My cat is laying on some of my finished projects.
Hey, you got to joke a little bit. If you don't have laughter, you don't have nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta go to the gutter sometimes.
Yeah. And not only was I sick, I don't want to sound like a Debbie Downer, but my granddaughter, she had to go to the doctors, and they think she's got a heart murmur. And then Sunday, I get a phone call from my niece. My other niece's boyfriend went over to pick her up at a Halloween party, and him and a guy there had a couple words, and the guy pulled out a gun and shot my nephew twice in the chest and killed him.
Oh
wow.
He's got 2 little boys.
Damn. Oops, I'm sorry.
And the guy that shot him, he took off. I haven't heard today whether or not they caught him, but they know who he is. But yeah, them little boys to have to grow up now without their dad over something senseless,
Yeah.
Senseless. They had words, and the guy he wasn't even from here. I guess he was from up around Detroit or something. And he happened to be at this party, and he just, I don't know, my niece was there, and like I said, he went over to pick her up, or I don't know, and he pulled out, they had him and that guy had words, and yeah, he pulled out a gun and shot him twice in the chest. And it's sad because he was a good kid. I mean, he had his own little business going. He was sad.
Yeah. Yeah, what is with people these
The bad
days?
thing of it is, My niece, the one, he was her husband, but she just lost her dad last year. She lived with her daddy, and she was real close with her daddy, and she about had a nervous breakdown over that. And now this, I don't know how she's going to handle it.
Yeah.
Because them babies are little. They're not, I don't even think the oldest one's in kindergarten yet. So I pity him. I look at it from my family's point of view. He'd be better and safer if he turns himself in. Because if anybody in the family finds him, I'd hate to see what happens. And that's not, I'm just saying, I know how that family is.
Yeah.
So that didn't make me feel any better. I hit the couch again. I was just, oh God, I can't hear this today.
Too many people trigger happy nowadays.
Tell me, that's the thing. What happened to the good old go out in the backyard or the back fence or whatever and duke it out, and you knock somebody down, it was done and over with, or they said, I'm done. We didn't get out there and pull guns on each other and knock each other in the head with ball bats. And,
No.
You got out there, and if you got your butt whipped, you got your butt whipped. Better luck next time. You didn't go and pull out a gun or anything like that,
Or just have a verbal war, be upset, angry, and whatnot, but they can, and then just go on and.
Exactly. I mean,
the next thing, it's not that difficult, and it don't get you into trouble.
I had a lot of brothers, and I can remember, if they get in a scruffle, they went out. Hey, dude,
Earl
meet me in the playground, meet me in the parking lot, whatever, and they duked it out, and the best man won. You didn't turn around and go, oh, I'm mad now, you whip me, and pick out a gun and blow them up.
Yeah.
Earl sandwich, I'm having a burrito.
What's the matter, Layla?
Yeah, I mean, have a verbal argument and whatnot, and you might be in trouble with
what's the matter?
One person, one person or whatnot,
right?
Because they're going to be upset at you, but they can better one person upset at you versus you. They can.
My cat is.
If you get caught and whatnot, and you're arrested and life in prison.
It's bad in Toledo. I mean, in Toledo, they don't want to solve anything. They just want to sit there and play with guns, and whatever else. It's just terrible. So many young lives are lost, and it's senseless.
Bouncing up a storm on bingo too.
And they're only sorry when they get caught. They're only sorry when they get caught. Until they get caught, they're acting like they're big and bad. And, oh, I killed somebody and I did this. Well, then when they get caught and they go to prison, no, they're not so big and bad then. I don't know.
Yeah, Layla.
Oh.
Yeah, Layla heard someone outside, so I just grabbed the car thing and sounded the horn.
Yeah. Had to run them off. You don't need them breaking your windows again.
My cat's a little upset right now because my sister's had me screaming into the phone.
Look at that little handsome guy standing there behind Steven. I miss my boys being little. Oh, man, how I miss it.
Oh, I can do that.
Yeah, I won one, Susan. I won a game. I just got in there and I won one. Arnie cheated for me. He put all my numbers up. He knew I was coming. He got him up there before Billy Bob could steal him. Him or Lydia.
Susan, I got a bingo. Very last game of the night.
I was just coming in when I looked up and I said, hey, all my numbers are up. Bingo.
I had to give my kid a bit of a what for just now. Yeah. He gets so dang worked up and hopping and he was like that for all of bingo, and then he got to play his NASCAR game up on his phone, and he got very, very worked up, like getting himself all sweaty and such.
Yeah, my grandson does that. He's the one that lives out in South Dakota, he gets going. But he loves anything with a motor. If there's a lawnmower, a tow, anything, a fire truck, the heavy equipment working on the roads, he'll sit there and just yell and carry on and get his hands going. He loves anything with motors, anything.
No, he gets no. My kid, 7.5, gets so daggone worked up. He gets to breaking out into a big time sweat, and he just doesn't stop unless we really, really, really get on him, or just to slow down, stop, calm, gotta cool down.
My son, I'm gonna talk to him and say, look, if you see somebody getting rid of an old riding lawnmower or something like that you can pick up really cheap, I want you to get it and take it over there. So my grandson Carson, like I said, he's 6, can sit there and work on it and take it apart and play on it and have his little field day. I said, because after all, my one son, that's how we did him. We'd get old broken radios and TVs, because no matter what we got him, if it was electronic, he'd take it apart and see how it worked.
Yeah.
And that's how he got really good at fixing TVs and computers and all that stuff. And I thought, well, my grandson being little like that, go get him an old broken down riding lawnmower, something he can't get hurt on that don't run, and give him a little toolkit and let him go to town. Tell him you get it running, you can take grandma for a ride when I come back out there and see you this summer. Because he's always telling me he wants to take me for a ride.
Yeah, that's the way I did it. I'd find broken things, I'd take them apart and see if I could get it working.
Yep. She gave her son a shredder machine today.
Yeah, I got like a branch shredder kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
like a chipper shredder kind of thing.
I wouldn't let him play with something like that. That would hurt him. But if you got an old little radio running around, if you got a boy that likes to tinker with stuff like that, take the cord off of it, and tell him it's inside it. You got to figure out what wires inside it are loose or whatever, but cut that electrical cord so he don't electrocute himself.
Yeah.
And tell him to take it apart and see which ones are loosened. Even if you took it before him and you went in there and loosened a couple little wires and stuff, and then put the back on it and give it to him. Say, now you get them wires fixed, and then Dad will plug it in and see, if it works or something. And he used to tinker with that stuff for hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And my little granddaughter, she likes some little dinosaur digging eggs you get at Walmart. They're in like a rock type thing. You get a little digger and you dig it and you get all the little dinosaur bones out of it. It's like a stone, but it's kind of like dirt, clay.
Yeah.
And digger, and they call dinosaur eggs. And she'll sit there and play with those for a long time too, and sit there and dig. And she's actually hyperactive, but she'll sit there with them dinosaur eggs and dig out them treasures. So, but every time I go out there, I take her a bunch of them, and she'll sit there and do them. Lydia must have went to sleep, huh? She had a headache. I thought she'd be on here.
She was saying that there was a wildfire about 25 miles from her, and they're getting a bunch of smoke.
Yeah,
and that must be wreaking havoc on her sinuses. And
I watched your guys was on the other night, and I watched it where her 2 friends got killed in a car crash and their dog. Oh, my heart broke for her, but I couldn't type. I couldn't do anything. I was so sick.
Yeah.
I just laid there and watched it, and then I fell asleep, and I got up next day and finished watching your live. I think I commented because I wanted you to get that credit, for somebody watching it and stuff. But I just laid there and watched a couple channels. If I felt like typing, I could. If I had my tablet, and then if I didn't, I just laid there. I've been going through this fabric. I got a few things I want to make and trying to get them done so I can get them milled out. Make a few things and mill them out. What you working on, Bren?
Oh, nothing. I just got done eating. I did my coding
Uh-huh.
and all that stuff, and I did some of my electronic health record class. I'm down to barely anything to do, and we get to do some of the stuff tomorrow. But I'm the only one that, and no one else has turned their coding into the class. They're all waiting to show the teacher tomorrow.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I turned it in. I actually went in, put it in, and you can check your work after each one.
Uh-huh.
And if it's wrong, you can fix it before you save it. And I had the fifth one, which I didn't get approved by her. I finally check your work has like a description on the bottom telling you kind of what's going on,
Mm-hmm.
and helped you figure out where you went wrong. And I figured it out, and boom, I got a perfect score. But a lot of the other questions I already did in class.
You working on anything, Susan? What about you, Travels More? You guys working on anything? Oh, I did get some done on my, if I can get it out of here without spilling everything, I'll show you. My diamond art. Get there. I got up to her shoulders.
I have a pile of stuff here that needs to go out someday.
I got up to about right here. So, but I'm getting her done. The bottom's all done.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, it's really pretty. I don't think that the camera's doing it justice. It's real colorful.
Susan says she's tearing up a carpet.
So, yeah, you can kind of see where I'm left off.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the first one. Been working on that kind of a little bit. Tearing up carpet. It reminds me of a story if y'all want to hear it. It just happened this last time or two when I was out in South Dakota. And you guys know how I feel about snakes. Okay?
Yeah.
My son had bought a house out there and he was working on it, and we went out there to help him get a roof on it. And he said, I got that carpet in there. I got to tear up. And he goes, my son he'd had his back busted before and everything. So he really wasn't, one that could do stuff like that. So I turn around and I says, well, you get me a carpenter's knife. I'll tear that carpet out for you. I'll just cut it in strips and roll it up and tie it and carry it outside. He said, Mom, you sure? I said, yeah, give me a carpet knife, a blade. So he gives me a blade and he takes off. And my ex lives like right across the street, but the house that my son has a big picture window that he bought. And so they can see right into that house. And me and him hadn't been on speaking terms or anything. And I just kind of avoided him when I was out there. But, and this was the first trip I was out there. So I was in there and I was cutting this carpet up. And I had it cut in strips and I had the radio on and I got a piece that was stuck. So I was sliding my hand up underneath there to see if I could loosen up the little carpet tack nails, And I felt something crawl across my fingers. And I thought, man, there's a spider or something under there. So I pulled my hand out. So I cut another strip. Okay. I went on I cut the next strip up above it a little bit and I couldn't get it. So I stuck my hand back up in there again. And all of a sudden this thing started crawling up my arm. You talk about jumping to high heaven. Oh, I jumped back, started screaming, started yelling, cussing up. Worse than a sailor. I started hecking at it. I couldn't find. I mean, I went like this and slung it down on the ground, and the only thing I could find was a cardboard box. So I threw that over top of it, and I was piling stuff on top of it. I mean, I was screaming, and I mean, I'm jumping, and so I can imagine what my ex and his new wife was thinking. Boy, she did go fucking crazy. She's jumping in that window. They didn't know what was going on because I mean, I was yelling. She said, "Well, I seen you over there yelling and jumping through the window later on when I got to meet her." She goes, "But I thought maybe you was dancing or something, but you was a yelling, so I didn't know what was going on." I said, "It was a snake." I said, "It was a garter snake, but there was a snake up underneath that carpet."
Terry Garr died today.
Who?
Terry Garr?
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't Michael J. Fox died the other day too, didn't he? I
No.
think I heard he did.
No.
I thought Michael J. Fox died.
Mm-mm.
I could have swore maybe it's one of them scam things that they're doing on the mic.
I was gonna say, he hasn't died. Because
I
it would have came on the news.
I know he's been really sick, but I read something that Michael J. Fox died, and I thought maybe it's one of them Hollywood scam things that they. I think it was on Facebook. I seen it.
Yeah, the Facebook is notorious.
Oh,
Scam.
don't believe the Facebook thing unless it's from a.
I didn't read the whole thing.
I go to TMZ or I go to ABC News or I go to actual channels,
right?
Not fake channels, and find out because they'll say a message that he passed away or she passed away.
Yeah,
I just go to Google and search a person and if I see enough reputable sources with a news article about it, then it's like, well, I'll be darned.
That Terry Garr, didn't she play in wasn't she on Saturday Night Live too every once in a while?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I know she played in a movie too. She played in a few movies.
She was Mr. Mom.
Okay.
And a few other ones. She was the wife.
Mm-hmm. I didn't think she was that old.
ARR.
She was what, in her 60s, maybe?
79.
She was 79? I didn't think she was that old. Man, I am feeling it now. I'm old.
I wonder if I need to go to my dad's house tomorrow.
Oh.
He's so upset that he wants to throw his phone away because he can't get his email working. He can't get anything, and I'm like, and it's very hard to try and I even told him I'd go there tonight to help him. And he said, "Oh, it's late." And I said, "Oh, I can come after class tomorrow." "Oh, that's late though." I'm like, so he's gonna go to Verizon tomorrow to get it fixed.
could he just input his account from the old phone or no?
I don't know what's going on. He still has his old phone for a CPAP. And I was like, from your old phone, you should be able to see the codes. Your email, everything should still work on your old phone to get codes from. But and that's why I'm worried. My sisters are mad that he wants to buy a house that he could walk right in and have everything.
Hi, Sarah.
And all that kind of stuff where he lives now. It's just my sisters are all talking about money. I don't care. If it makes my dad live in a safer home, I don't mind him moving into a new house.
It's better to be safe than sorry. You know? And
all that stuff. But he told them, because he's trying to get them to shut up, he told him his house was worth $400,000. It's not worth $400,000. It's maybe worth $100,000, but that's about it. And he wanted to buy a house right now next to the house that my nephew is buying. That's living with him, that's moving out next week.
I keep trying to tell my husband we need to sell this place and go. I don't want to. I mean, we're out here in the country. I mean, it's not like country, but we're out here far enough out of the city. But
Yeah.
it's just, I want to leave America. I really do. I want to go over. I don't want to go like in, you know, a war torn area or anything like that. But I want a little country cottage somewhere, like in
United Arab
Ireland.
Emirates is really nice.
Yeah.
My
I
friend
want to go to like Ireland or United, you know, over in that area, so Denmark, something like that.
But United Arab Emirates is really nice too. My friend lives there.
Where?
You know, UAE, United Arab Emirates.
I just want to go somewhere where I can be left alone and not have to worry about anything. I want a little country cottage somewhere.
Yeah.
A little, you know. But I kind of like it over there because they don't have a lot of shoot in certain little countries and states. They don't have any shootings over there. They don't carry guns. The cops don't even carry guns. But their discipline when people do crimes is severe, so they don't have a whole lot of that stuff going on. Because people know you're going to go to jail, you're going to go in the workhouse, and they're not going to be nice about it, you know. So, I mean, I don't know. I've met a few people over in there, and they just, I have a few friends that's over there, and they just tell me it's like God's country. You know, it's so pretty and peaceful and quiet and clean. So,
Yeah.
you're welcome, Susan, if I ever get there. You're welcome here, too, if you ever get this way. So.
Yeah, I don't know what country I'd want to move to.
I guess I'm just, I don't like to bring up bad stuff, but I'm just worried where this country's headed, and I just don't want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
You know, I just don't want to be a part of that. I've never seen anything like this. I've never, and I mean, even as a kid, I don't remember watching my parents go through anything like this. The only thing I could remember is, and I'm a lot older than you guys, is I remember we'd have bomb threats, you know, the things at school, like the fire drills, we'd have the bomb drills for the Cuban crisis, but missile crisis. And that was it. They just, you know, we practiced getting under our desk and stuff, but never, ever, ever have I seen anything go on like what's going on now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Yeah,
terrible. It's, I mean, I don't, if it's going to come to it, I mean, you probably isn't going to be safe anywhere you go, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just think I want to go overseas. I'd miss my boys, but I was hoping maybe they'd follow, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
My one son said he would. But you know, the other one he might, but I don't know. I don't think I could get all 6 of them to go.
I suppose that if I were to choose one that's not in the North America continent, it's probably over there in England, Scotland, Ireland.
Yeah, that's me. Somewhere over in that area, you know. And
maybe go move to, like, I don't know, Belfast or something.
Yeah. Well, my husband, he went over to Russia a couple times. He went over to visit friends and stuff. He's been over to Russia. And he told me the architect on the buildings over there, he was in the Kiev, and he said is absolutely gorgeous. But they have it's a poor country. And he said when you go, like how we go to the store to buy meat, where he was at, they go in town and the people have the meat, you know, half of cows laying on a table or a bed, and you tell them what you want and they just hack it off, roll it in newspaper and give it to you. He said it was, you know, it was different. I mean, they had some grocery stores, but he said when they'd say, some of them say, we're going to market, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and he said that's what it was. He said, but he showed me pictures of the architectural buildings and stuff, and they were really nice. He said before they got tore up in the one war, you know, that he said you could tell they were beautiful, but then people some of them lived in houses, he said, that looked like they needed to be condemned still. But
Mhm.
The buildings are like massive over there.
I would, Susan, if I learned how to do it.
Um,
Yeah. But he told me they had a stopover in Ireland, and he said Ireland is beautiful. He
I,
says very pretty.
another reason why I say over there is they is they speak English over there too, and
Mhm.
all their road signs are
Yeah.
English, and everything is English over there. And
Yeah.
those are different
And Ireland, they say
spelling, but you can.
they love it. They love Americans. You know, Ireland. They're very friendly people. They say so. I don't know. I've never been there, but I'm willing to go. A lot of my ancestors came from there, so
I love to go to Belfast and
yeah.
go to like their Titanic Memorial and all that.
But I want to go in them castles over there in Scotland and up in that
Mm.
area. I want to visit those castles so bad. That's on my bucket list.
I wanna go over there and play golf. That's what I want to do.
Hey, there's our Lydia.
Hey Lydia.
Hey, Lydia.
Yeah, I'd want to go over there and play golf as well.
Yeah.
I want
I
to
want
go
to see the ruins, the stones. The
to,
stones. I want to see all those. I want to see all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'd want to go into St. Andrews, Scotland. Um,
I'll get there someday. I'll get there.
I think that would be fun.
Susan declares she's sick of Cheetos.
Um, me growing up around golf a little bit and liking golf and whatnot. St. Andrews, they got the famous Old Course.
I never played. I never was one to play. I played putt-putt, but I was never a golfer.
Mm-hmm.
I was more baseball, softball. I like to go to play softball. I used to play a lot of softball.
I was always rubbish at those
Yeah.
baseball, softball. I never had the coordination with the catching and throwing good, or even going up to bat. I
I
didn't have that coordination
And I
or
boxed a
anything.
little bit. My brothers taught me how to box, so I boxed a little bit. Played softball and I boxed. Not professionally, but I boxed.
Yeah.
Susan's
Hope you
brownies
feel
turned
better,
out
Lydia.
excellent. Yeah. Again, I think it's just those wildfires over there by you, Lydia, that
Yeah.
could be making your head go.
Just put a cold wash rag over your face and breathe through the cold wash rag. When I lived in California and they'd have them brush fires, that's what they used to tell us to do if you get headaches. Breathe through a cold wash rag. Or wet a face mask and breathe through the wet face mask.
Yeah, Sarah. I mean, um, I I've always been a bigger guy, and so the thought of falling to slide into the base and whatnot just didn't appeal to me. I would always think that I'd catch a foot wrong and hurt an ankle or whatnot because I've always been bigger. Plus, I tend to land a bit hard, if you will.
Oh.
Down I go and bam.
Get him, Susan. Oh. Oh.
Yeah, I would just used to, like I said, I'd play a little softball, boxed, and tinkered around with cars a little bit. But other than that, and then the other girly side of me, I'd sew, try to learn how to crochet. I couldn't learn to crochet when I was a kid. No matter how my grandmother tried to teach me, she was left-handed and I was right-handed, and it was just I couldn't learn until I got up older. Oh, that looks good, Arnie. Is that one of them mud pies or is that brownies?
It's brownies. I just made it in a cake pan.
Okay. Looks good.
Both him and Susan were making them last night.
Yeah, I want
Um,
brownies too. Hi, Wohawk.
Hey, Wallhawk. Um, now I know as a kid, remember as a kid, playing driveway hockey with my brother and cousins in our
Yeah,
grandparents' driveway.
those are good brownies, Arnie. They're really good and chocolatey.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, my grandparents had the tennis ball that we'd use, and a bunch of different hockey sticks, and a couple
Hmm.
goalie sticks,
We
and
used to do that in the middle of the street too, with the hockey sticks and the tennis balls. And
in the net and all that. Um,
let
but
me ask you guys something, and you're probably gonna think I'm crazy. When you guys were kids, did you ever play? We called it slap ass, but a lot of people called it slap belt. Did you guys ever play that?
doesn't even ring a bell, so I'm
Okay.
saying no to
No.
that.
Well, what it is a bunch of us kids would get out there, around the house, and the corner house, you could run all the way around the house. It was a big house, had a big field around it, and a big old house. Well,
Yeah.
one of the boys would take off their belts. Okay, one of the boys would take off a belt, and we'd use his belt. Whoever had a belt, we didn't have one. We went home and got one, and one person would take it. We'd all stay up in the front of the house, and one person would take it out back and hide it. And then he would yell, "Ready." And all of us kids would run back there and look for that belt. And whoever found it, you tried to be quiet, but you went around and you slapped everybody with that belt till they went back to base, till they touched base. And then you got to hide the belt. It was your turn to hide the belt. And then you go back and hide the belt. Y'all ready? Everybody come back there and look for it. Whoever found it could whip everybody till they got back to Ghoul. We called it Ghoul. And I mean, when you played with the bigger kids, they kind of lit you up there a little bit, so you learn how to run real quick. But yeah, we used to play that a lot when we was kids. And nobody, I mean, I was talking to a friend the other day. We grew up together. And I said, nobody, you don't hear anybody. She goes, my God, they'd be charged with abuse if they played that now. But we played it all the time, the whole neighborhood. Hey, let's play slap ass, and that's what we call it.
All of us would have gotten the what for doing that.
We did it. Yep, Susan knows it was called slap ass. Yep. We used to play it all the time. We did it all the time. I mean, you literally lit each other up. I mean, the little ones. Now, if we had little kids, we knew not to make them cry because then we'd get in trouble. But
Yeah.
Just little taps instead of
yeah, but
full
us
fledged.
bigger ones, if like my brother got a hold of us, or the neighbor kid down the street, he was a big kid. He'd see just how hard he could, hit the boys. He didn't hit the girls hard, but he would hit the boys. But us girls would hit just as hard as them boys could. We'd get back at them, and we'd play that for forever. But yeah, that's what we played.
Honestly, it doesn't sound quite the most pleasant of things to be playing.
Well, we did. We played it. Well, we didn't have all the luxuries they have now to play. We had to make our fun. It was when you got up in the morning after breakfast, get outside, go outside and play. If we didn't have to work in the gardens or on the farm, get outside. You didn't go running in and out of the house. Your mother beat your butt. Get outside. You're not tracking mud in. You're not tracking that dirt in. I mop the floors, You get outside and play, and that's what they did to us. You went home at lunchtime and you went home at dinner time if you didn't have school. So
yeah, I think I'd much rather have a tennis ball fired at me while I'm goaltending or something.
yeah, you grew up more of where they had the electronics and stuff like that coming out. See, we didn't. We wasn't allowed to stay in the house. You went outside. I mean, back then they had, everybody had a lot of kids mostly. So,
Mhm.
it was get out from underfoot, get outside and play. And you had to make your fun. And if we played ball, if we didn't have a bat, we'd go get a board somewhere, 2x4 or something. That was our bat. We'd hit the balls, the softballs with a 2x4. Many a times we played like that.
Oh, geez. I want to say, okay, Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
And then we used to get these old tractor trailer tires off of tractor trucks.
Yeah.
And we had this hill back we had walked to it a little bit, and this hill went down, and at the bottom of the hill there was some railroad tracks, and then you bounced over the railroad tracks, you went up the other side of the hill. We get inside these tractor trailer tires, and everybody get pushing you and rolling you, and you go over that hill, hit them tracks, bounce up, and come back down. It's like if my kids do that now, I'd have probably killed them. But we used to do it. I mean, it was fun. It was, getting them. You never seen a kid get inside a tire and roll? That's what we used to do.
Not my big butt.
But we'd get the big tractor trailer tires. There was an old tractor junkyard down the road, and we'd go down there and get one of them big old tractor trailer tires, and sometimes two of us would get in it, and you'd bump heads and knock each other in the head. It's like, oh, stay on your side of the trailer. But when you're rolling, you can't help it.
Yeah, sometimes what we did is my dad got these inner tubes there for a semi truck and filled them up with air and then slide down the hill on snow.
Yep. We used to get old ironing boards and do that. We'd get an ironing board and we'd all jump on this ironing board and we'd slide down on that in the snow. It was our toboggan.
I was expecting more like a I don't know, a car hood or something.
We did that too. Refrigerator
Okay.
doors, anything that would slide down that hill, we'd get in it. Slide down that hill.
They can get yourself a big like Lincoln Continental hood and
Oh wow.
Those great big the big land yacht cars. Those
Oh,
great
Susan.
big.
I know what them electric spool things
Those
are.
electric spool things.
Yeah, they used to work. They're big wooden like spools. You
Yeah,
see them on the
big
side of the road.
spools.
Yeah.
Oh,
size of a kitchen table almost.
yeah. Okay.
Where are you at, Wohawk? I know down south that some of the teachers down there can still, if the kid's out of her hand, because the parents say, down the mountains, they got to travel so far to go to work. And if they have to come and get a child and travel 50 miles up a mountain and get their kid from school because he's not being, it makes the parents mad and they're afraid they're going to take it out worse on those children. So some of the schools down there, the teachers discipline the students still. And then when they get picked up, this teacher tells the parents what they did, and then they get another one. But yeah. Near the University of Iowa. Okay. I know down south they still do, some of them. Man, if I got in trouble in school when I got home, oh Lord, you better pray to God my mama didn't find out. I'd have to stand up and eat for a week. She'd tear my butt up. She didn't put up with no crap. She'd get us. And if the neighbor told on you for doing something, there's another thing you got tore up for. You did learn to do the switch dance. She'd get a handful of switches. Or she'd tell you to bring one in when you come in. And you better bring a good one. And if you didn't, she'd go out and get a handful. She'd get your butt.
One time I remember going down a hill in an inner tube and there was like a mountain of ice right in the middle. And I happened to be going down and hit it right on, and I went flying straight up in the air.
My sister-in-law did that and it cut her butt. She had a big old slice on her butt. We had to take her to get stitches. going down the hill, and there was something sticking up through the snow thing and the ice, and it tore her pants and cut her butt cheek.
Oh.
She got like 18 stitches.
Well, that's a whole new definition of pain in the rear.
Tell me about it.
I mean, I had something similar, but I didn't have.
It was weird because my brother, we were all kids then, and my brother's the one that pushed her down the hill, on the actually, I think she was on an inner tube. And when it cut at her butt, we had to take her home, and their mom and them took her to get stitches. And she wound up marrying my brother when they got up older.
Yeah. She was probably sitting on the tube, and her butt was all the way down to the ground.
It was.
In the
She had somebody
hole,
sitting on her lap. I think her sister was sitting on her lap.
Oh, so even more force pushing
Yeah.
down on it.
Yep.
I remember one time going down a hill in an inner tube, and my butt was down to the ground. We were at a ski lodge with a big tubing hill and whatnot, and there was and very last time down the hill for that night, must have hit just a little amount of ice that kind of formed.
Mm-hmm.
You compact down the snow enough, and it basically is like ice. Well, my butt hit it, and then like woke up the next day, and it hurt like sitting down on the toilet and such.
That had to hurt, Susan. Oh man. Some of them old timey toys, they were fun, but they were not safe.
Yeah, not safe, not safe, and no warning labels.
I remember having one of those. I don't know what we did with it, but this was years ago.
I think we still have one of them old wooden sleds with the thing in the barn. We got an old toboggan, everything down there still.
I remember going down on the plastic sleds down this pretty steep hill at the school I went to.
I don't remember us ever having any plastic sleds. I remember us using garbage can lids. We used to take everybody's garbage can lids and use them. We'd take the handles off the top, and we'd use them to go down the hill, and the neighbors come around looking for their garbage can lids all the time, because there'd be 15, 20 kids, 15, 20 garbage cans didn't have lids. They'd come over to the hill, and we'd be over there using them to sled. To lawn darts? Ooh. I remember years ago, them lawn darts, they were real pokey on the end. Now they don't. It's hard to get the ones with the pokes because they made them take them off the market and use the other ones now.
Now they have ones with like a ball-like thing on it, weight thing on it. Throw it.
The ones with the pokey things. My husband has a set in the garage that they had when they were kids, and when the kids had their graduation party, they wanted to get them out, and he told them no. He said, no, not those. But he let them play with the horseshoes and stuff like that, but he wouldn't let them get them lawn darts out. We used to tie a rope. We had these old grapevine things, and we had a creek, and we tied a big old rope with a loop in it, like a hangman's noose, and we put our feet in it. We'd get up in that tree, put our foot in it, and jump out of that tree with our foot in that loop and go across the creek and get to the other side and jump off. Well, my cousin, evidently, she didn't get her foot out of the loop, and she kept going back and forth, whapped her head on the back of the tree, and we had to yeah, because she was flying, and she'd come back and whapped her head on the tree.
Was that an ER visit?
And her dad went down, cut our rope down. He wouldn't let us have it anymore.
Okay,
but we had it for years. We had it for years. Nobody ever had a problem. We just put our foot in it, get up in the tree, put your foot in it, and then just swing out and go across the creek so you didn't have to get your feet wet and shit. And yeah. Hi, CDC.
Hey,
Hi,
CDC.
Robert.
All fun and games until somebody gets hurt.
Yeah. I think back, it's a wonder whenever we're alive, some of the stuff we did, We'd build them tree houses as high up in a tree as we could find. Haul that wood up there and just try to. It's wondering we didn't get killed because we were just little things, but we go and take old wood off barns and stuff and build us a tree. And us being kids, we didn't know, really bad rotted wood or half rotted wood. We'd still get up there,
Yeah.
that tree and get on them wood and oh.
Oh, that looks okay.
Yeah. And then my papa, he had a still. And it was up in the mountain there. And he would pay us kids. I'll tell you what we got paid with. But we'd spend the day hauling. He had an old mule and a horse. And we would load bags of sugar on the horse and the mule and some other stuff that he needed. And he'd put it on the mule and the horse. And we'd trail it up the mountain for him to the still. Well, we'd do that all day, make 5-6 trips up that hill. And you know what he'd give us? We had this old log truck. There was an old logging truck down there. It didn't run. It didn't have brakes. And us kids would do that all day. So Papa would let us, it had an emergency brake, but it didn't stop you. So we could take that logging truck and get in it and ride down the side of that hill. And it'd go down, you went down the hill and then it went out into like a field.
Yeah.
Take that ride down that hill in that logging truck. No brakes, no nothing, just to be flying down that hill in that log truck. If my grandma would have knew he was doing that, she'd have killed him because we could have been killed. Us kids, one of us fell out or something, we could have been killed. But that's what he'd pay us with, to haul that sugar and stuff up for him all day long. So he'd get that still going. But when he started to still, now we weren't allowed to be up there then because he was always afraid it would blow up or something. But yeah.
All right, folks. It sounds like we are extremely lucky to have Cricket here today.
Yeah, it's one. I think back, and my brother, we was talking about that the other day, and he said, "It's a wonder we weren't killed." I said, "I know, you think about it, but
Yeah, because the truck could have hit something and.
Well, it was not. Coming down the hill, it had a path, but yeah, if it would have stirred off that path, we probably would have, went off the given path and went down the wrong side of the mountain. But it would come down and then go straight out.
Or if
it rolled or anything, yeah.
Roll, and.
But he'd say, "Now you kids just hang on." He'd get behind the steering, but he'd let us ride down that log truck because that's how he'd get back to the house real quick, so Grandma wouldn't go looking for him because he didn't want her knowing that he was running and stealing stuff. That was his side money.
Yeah.
She knew it, but she acted like she didn't, and I think he didn't think she knew, but we knew she knew. Because she'd get on us kids, she'd say, "Don't you kids be up on that ridge. Don't you be over there on that ridge. If you see your papa, you tell him get down here to the house," and just stuff like that. But
well, Hawk, that's most certainly true there. If the brakes don't stop you, something will. Yep.
we had fun. And the weird thing of it is, that's probably why I'm so afraid of snakes, is because we'd walk up the side of that mountain with the mule, leading the mule or the horse, which they actually led. We just followed them. But we take a stick and beat the weeds back, just to make sure there wasn't no snake or something in the path. Grandpa would always say, "Make sure you kids bring a stick, beat them weeds back." But yeah, it was terrible. I used to hate going to the outhouse at night because you never knew if them snakes was in there or not. And I was always afraid. I was always afraid I'd sit down and one bite me on the butt. If you've ever been in an outhouse, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, an old wooden one.
Yeah, well, that's what we was lucky. We had a 3-seater. I used to sit there and think, okay, why do we have a 3-seater? I don't want nobody in here with me while I'm going to the bathroom. But it had 3 holes. We had a 3-seater in the outhouse. Same hole, but you had a 3-seater. Because they just dug a big ditch and we had a 3-seater. So, I don't know. But it never made sense to me how they did it, but they had that outhouse, God, till Mom and them, we'd go back down to visit and stuff because Daddy moved us up here because he had to go to work. And after they sold that house, that outhouse was still down there for a long time. And the people that bought the land, bought the farm, they, redid the house and put a big old house up there and stuff. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I used to enjoy that, going and cranking the water on the old cranks,
Yeah.
We had a wash tub we had to wash in. Because you had a big old metal tub. And then Grandma for Christmas, Grandpa bought her one metal tub that looked like a bathtub, but it took you an hour to fill the damn thing up so you could take a bath in it. We'd haul it in and out. She'd hang it on a big old nail on the back porch. But I'd do it again if I could go back to my childhood. I would have did it. I'd do it again. A few things I'd change, but yeah. But when we moved up here, up to Ohio, and Mom and them got an apartment and stuff, growing up as a kid, man, it was a luxury having all the lights and the water in the house. It was like, oh, yeah.
When I was younger, I remember having a fridge where the freezer was inside the fridge.
Little metal one about this big.
Yeah.
Yeah. You had one of those too. And you had to break the ice with a hammer and a butter knife off the outside so that it would quit freezing up all the time. Yeah, we had one of them. And I remember having a stove, you had to light it with a match, a cook stove. You had to turn it on and light a match and toss it in there.
Yeah, we had that too. Or like the oven, you had to get down on the floor, reach under the
big long piece of newspaper rolled up so you didn't burn your fingers. And then that paper would burn before you could get it over to the sink. Because we'd roll newspaper up to light under the oven, turn it on and use a big long piece of newspaper and try to hurry up and get it out of your hand before it burnt you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the TVs, the 2-channel television, have to beat it on the side to get it to come on. Dad tube would go out and Dad take the tube out, run down the hardware and get me one of these. Take the tube with us. Yeah. Send us down there with the old TV tubes. See if he's got one of these. Hurry up. Did you guys have the TV with the tubes in it? If they went out, you could go down and hardware. Yeah. Black and white.
Yeah, we had colored TVs with the vacuum tubes and black and white portables with
I 2-finger typer
tubes in it.
Yep.
I 2-finger.
I think I was about
A 2-finger.
probably about 9 or 10 when I first seen my first colored television set. And I just thought that was amazing. It was at a department store. We had a department store here called Ticky's. And it was kind of like a big old department store, had like 3 floors, and they'd always decorate it for the holidays and stuff. And the big picture windows, everybody'd wait to see what was in the picture windows. But they had a TV there, and we was down there shopping, and they had a malt shop in the bottom, in the basement.
Yeah.
And we go up, and I was so enthused with that colored television that our nanny that stayed with us, she'd take us down after she'd do her shopping and get us some malt. I didn't leave that television set, so I didn't get my malt because I was just enthused with that colored television set. So.
Hi, Two Finger. And hi,
I don't know what it'd
CDC.
be like to go. My granddaughter, I was teasing her when my oldest granddaughter, when she was here one day. And I said, you would not know how to live if you lost your electricity for about a month. She was, yes, I would. I said, okay. How? She goes, I go, how would you eat, Kaylee? She said, well, I heat it in a microwave. I go, you got electricity gone. You ain't going to have no microwave. She goes, well, I'd have to just eat cold stuff. I go, well, why don't you just heat something up on the stove? She goes, well, how do you heat stuff up on the stove? She did not know how to heat anything up on the stove.
I remember that for 42 hours back in January.
Yeah.
Electric. I was using the stove for cooking and heat because it's gas.
Yeah. We did that plenty of times when the power would go out. Mom would turn that oven on, hang a blanket up over the door, and we'd all hang out in the kitchen till the power come back on.
And using flashlights. This one,
we had oil lights.
I would set this one on the table like this and have it reflect off the ceiling because it spread the light out more.
I bought me a couple of those lantern oil lights, you know, you put the oil in their glass lanterns, the old timey. Actually, I got some Green Depression glass ones and the old lanterns, and you put the oil in the bottom of them. They got a wick, and you light the wick.
Yeah.
I've got about 3 or 4 of them. So I kept them because I always said, you know, I got light, power goes out. Lantern oil, you know. Because the batteries go dead on your flashlight, then you ain't got no light. But if you run out of lantern oil, you ain't got no light either. So I always make sure I got an extra bottle or 2. So
I could have one of them propane Colemans.
Mm-hmm.
The one with the propane, little 1 pound propane on the.
Yeah, that's something you don't see anymore. Remember when, I think it was like back in the 80s, a lot of people during, you know, when they had the storms was using kerosene heaters. Remember they were round and you pour kerosene on them? You don't see kerosene heaters anymore.
Yeah, a friend of mine has.
I mean, my sister, their furnace went out and her husband was unemployed, and they had 3 kerosene heaters in their house, and they heated their house that whole winter on kerosene heaters, and it was cheaper than the gas bills. And their house stayed hot. That was the only thing. You couldn't turn them, you know, their house got hot. But yeah, but you don't see kerosene heaters anymore.
Yeah, a friend of mine has got a kerosene one. But what he did is he put like a temperature thing on it where you can raise or lower the temperature.
But I remember kerosene pumps at the gas stations. You could go to the gas station and get the kerosene, you know, at the gas stations. I don't even see the pumps anymore, kerosene pumps anymore.
I think we have kerosene. I think we might have kerosene heaters at Menards too.
I'll have to check it out. I haven't seen any. I haven't really been looking, but I mean, used to around wintertime, they had them out in the aisles. You know, it was a big thing. We'd have them out in the aisles, and you don't see them anymore.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out because I think this winter, if we get them bad winters like they're predicting, it'd probably be wise for us to have one because we're all electric here. I mean, my furnace is propane, but I got to have electric to run it.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking I might invest in a kerosene heater just in case.
I've seen some videos on YouTube where people will put a plug on their furnace and they can plug it into a inverter then and run it.
Oh yeah, we saw.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we saw kerosene heaters at Menards.
I have to check it out.
Because I already remember that we sell the kerosene itself
Mm-hmm.
in the
Yeah.
in where you can get the little 1 pound propane tanks and empty bigger
Kerosene you buy.
propane tanks and
Yeah. But
that
two
stuff.
finger typer, we used to be able to get it at gas stations. They had a separate pump that was kerosene, and you could go and fill up a 5-gallon can of kerosene, you know, back in the 70s, early 80s. Because during the blizzard, a lot of people had kerosene heaters, is what got them through it. So, the blizzard of 78. But I remember going to the gas station with my sister, and she'd fill them kerosene cans up. She'd take four 5-gallon cans, put them in the back of her truck, and we'd take them and fill them up at the gas station.
Yeah, for those that don't know, I work at a Menards, so
I am going to check for a kerosene heater next time I go, just to have one and be safe.
yeah, you're in Ohio, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got locations there in Ohio.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I always go to the Menards down on Airport in Ohio here.
And there's also those propane Mr. Buddy heaters.
Yeah, we got one so you can propane and it clicks and lights it. You know, you don't need electricity for it. We have one of them, but it's so old I don't even know if it'd work anymore.
Yeah. I kind of thought of like getting one of those, but then I thought like, what if Layla knocks it over or something?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the ones I'm talking about, they used to be like a small little barrel. They were round. They were round and had a tray on the bottom, so if you spilled any kerosene, it went in that little tray and you could wipe it out. But they were round. They had a grate around them, a wire around them, so you didn't, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, now they make them like square and small. They're not big and fat. They're just, you know, little. The last ones I've seen, but I haven't seen any in the stores. I'll have to check it out. Because they're predicting we're going to have a nasty winter. I don't know. I'm hoping not, but they're predicting.
That's what my teacher said.
Yeah, they're predicting we're going to
have. That's what my teacher said. If we get called out for snow or whatever, we're still having class online.
Well, that's why it's called internet school on the internet.
Yeah, but we're technically not supposed to be in class. If they call off school, it's supposed to be all of it.
Well, but here when the kids are,
I don't want to miss anything.
Yeah, anyway. They were. Yep, you got it there, Stephen. Yep,
that's the kerosene one.
Yep.
Yep.
They're dangerous now. They're outlawed in a lot of places.
Out there.
Okay, you're in the tri-state area, Nebraska, Iowa, and South Dakota. I have 2 sons that live in Delmont, South Dakota.
Ooh, excuse me.
I have 2 sister-in-laws that live in Iowa.
All I'm doing is petting me, Callie.
Yeah, Grandpa got it. It's in the kitchen. I did. Excuse me a minute, guys.
9 to 12 hours on 1 full tank of kerosene. Don't know what the Specifications. Does it say?
My son and them have corn burners. I have never heard of a corn burner. And they're corn burner stoves. They heat their house with corn burners. Burner stoves, corn. Never heard of it.
Yeah, though that too.
Yeah. Salamander. Ain't that a salamander?
Yep.
Yeah, it's kerosene here that part of mine has.
Yeah. Reminds me of a salamander.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people call them. They call those kind of heaters.
Okay.
They direct the heat to a certain.
I used to have a mobile home, and when I had heat tape on my pipes, and one year my heat tape went out, so a couple of my pipes froze up, and I had to put a salamander up under my trailer to thaw out my pipes and replace the heat tape. That was the last year I stayed in a mobile home, let me tell you. I sold that sucker and got out of there.
Yeah.
What city for the nearby for the Menards you go to, Cricket?
Huh? My
What's
Menards is in Holland, Ohio. Holland, Ohio. It's on Airport Highway in Holland, Ohio. It's right by a Kroger's. It's in Holland, Ohio.
That more northern Ohio or southern Ohio?
It's northern Ohio. Look up Holland, Ohio, and then Menards, and it'll show you right where it is. Springfield, well, it's not Springfield's down south, but it's Holland, Ohio.
Orchard Center Drive.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. 6 of the ones that I showed you, it shows in stock.
Yeah.
Yeah, last winter I can remember Mater was live and he thought I was playing with the light or something because it was flickering and as soon as I sat down, the electric went out.
You don't have a generator, Ernie? Do you have a generator? No.
I would like to get a generator
Yeah,
someday.
we've been talking about that too, getting one.
Even if it's just a small one to run major stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, my in-laws found one at a garage sale that they got for us. Needs a couple minor things. I need to find the plug I got for it and
the National Guard. My brother was in the
there.
National Guard. They used to have some nice generators, and he got one. It was broke or something, and they told him he could take it, and he took it and fixed it, and he had a nice generator.
Yeah.
Who knows? It could have been just something simple.
It was. He said it was simple, but they was going to throw it out, and they told him go ahead and take it. He took it, fixed it, and he used it on a lot of his jobs, where they couldn't run the power, for the power tools. He took his generator.
There you go, Wallhawk.
But I think everybody should have a generator.
Mm-hmm.
I think the government should supply them, especially to the elderly and the handicapped. People that can't get around real good, but make it simple to where they could get it started and
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a
instead
difficult. That's a
of
difficult.
all these free cell phones into the hands of people that don't need them, they should be putting generators into our elderlies and
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Have a switch, hook it to the, their furnaces or whatever. So if the power went out, they could just flip the switch for the generator.
Yeah.
Because some of them old people, they don't have nobody, you know. Yep.
Yeah, and I don't have anyone around.
Yeah, like you even. You should have one. Don't you think they should have supplied them? I really think the government should supply
Yeah.
people that are either on a fixed income, handicapped, elderly, with free generators. If they can send all this money over to these foreign wars and put phones in people's hands, you know, and all this other stuff, they should do that for the people that need it.
And maybe even have for like the elderly, have generators that have like a small battery that can run a little electric start.
Well, they could hook them to their furnace, and like if the power goes out, they just flip the switch, and the generator comes on and keeps them, you know, warm or cool, whatever they need. You know, if it,
you're talking about like a whole house generator.
Yeah.
Kind of setup. Okay.
Yeah, just flip a breaker.
Uh-huh.
I think that would be the best thing they could do. You know? Because if we ever go through another thing like we did in '78, a lot of the elderly wouldn't make it nowadays.
Yeah.
Because they have no way of heating and, you know.
Oh, you're talking about that blizzard?
Yeah.
I've heard stories of.
Oh, I was in that thing. I lived it. I know. I was old enough to remember. I was like 15.
Yeah,
16.
fine.
I was like 15 years old when that hit.
I got 494 subscribers on TikTok.
What do you want? Don't jump up on the table, Toots. No, don't do that. Go on downstairs. Come on. I love you, but go downstairs, baby. Go down. Go. Go on.
Gotcha.
Figured she'd be up here. I've been up here a while. She's looking for me. Was you looking for me? My dog. She's talking to me. Was you looking for me? Talk to me.
Well, I was gonna say, did he see Layla?
What? What do you want? What do you want? Toots, what do you want? Well, you better talk to me. You don't talk to me, I don't know what you want. What's a mama's baby want, huh? Come here. Come here. She's just so big. Come on. Let's see if I can get her up here. Come here. Hey, give me some lovin's. Come here. Hey, come here. Toots, come here. What do you want? You camera shy? Are you being bashful?
Oh, Toots is not gonna listen.
Come on. She don't want to jump up.
Yeah.
What? Are you gonna talk? Look. Ernie's got a kitty. Look, Ernie's got a kitty. Look at what he's got. Let me see. Look at the kitty. Did you see her? Come here. Look.
And Layla's like, no way.
God, look at that kitty. Jesus Christ. All right. I gotta watch because she'll knock my laptop off. That's my dog.
Okay.
One of them.
Yeah, she looked like she was gonna strike.
You can't have that kitty. Watch.
Yeah, it looked like Layla was gonna take out a monitor.
You can't have that kitty. Let's watch her. What? You can't have it. No, you can't have that kitty. She went downstairs. She's heavy. I'm telling you, she's big. I have to watch her because she'll knock my table over. She's almost done it a couple times already. The other day, we have our chickens, and this guy always comes to get eggs. And he knocked on the back door, and she was laying there. He must have spooked her when he knocked on the back door because she was laying in front of the entertainment center. And she jumped up, and instead of running around the couch, around the side of it, she jumped over the couch. And went in there. I'm like, you dumb dog. Because when she jumped over the couch, when she come down, she kind of landed on her shoulder and did a roll and stood back up and then ran to the door. It's like,
Yeah.
dog. She was pretty helpful when I was sick. I'd give her stuff. I'd say, take that and put it in the laundry basket. She'd take it in the utility room, put it in the basket. She'd come in and I'd say, go throw this in the garbage for Mom. I'd have a water bottle. She'd take it in there and throw it in the garbage can. She's pretty helpful. She knew I didn't feel good.
Yeah.
But you can't hide nothing from her. If you let her smell something and you tell her and you go hide it somewhere or something like you tell her go find it, she'll find it every time. I don't care where you hide it. She will find it. She's got the nose of a bloodhound. Especially if it's M&Ms or Reese's Pieces or anything like that, she'll find them.
Yeah. A couple of nights ago, Layla must have sensed that my sugar must have been low because she was walking all over me.
Mm-hmm.
When, this morning?
2 or 3 nights ago.
Oh, yeah, you told me about that.
You need to keep something by your bed, Ernie.
Yeah, I have a small bag of candy in a bed drawer.
Yeah.
All I do is I just reach down and open the drawer and grab the bag.
Here she comes back again. I don't know what she's wanting. I'm trying to decide if I want to take her in and get her fixed. She's 3 now, and I don't want to deal with her coming in heat all the time. And
Yeah.
debating if I want to get her fixed or if I want to let her have 1 litter first. But I don't want to deal with a bunch of dogs. But I'm afraid if I get her fixed and she ain't never had, she might, some dogs, they get a little aggressive after that, or they get really, really fat. And which it don't bother me if she gets fat, but I think, everybody's telling me to at least let her have 1 litter.
Yeah.
But I don't want to mate her just anything, I want, she's smart, she's highly intelligent, and I don't want to mate her with something stupid.
Layla.
I'd like
Yeah,
to find a mastiff that kind of looks like her, the fawn looking mastiffs.
Yeah.
But she's a mix. She's a mastiff boxer mix. Her mother was a boxer and her dad was a mastiff. She was the runt. Her mama had 15 pups. And she was the runt. Her brothers were huge, though. Tootsie's brothers were huge.
Mm.
She was the smallest of all of them. But I wanted the runt.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I put the stuff on her. She's pretty good about it, but she's so big and she wants to go outside a lot. And every time I go to let her outside, she had the underwears and stuff. I gotta take them on, put them off, take them on, put them on. But I keep them on her because I don't want, the drips all over my house. But she's got the little underwear things, and she just looks so goofy. My grandson bought her some pull-ups. He put the pull-ups on her, so he bought her some baby pull-ups. So, but she just wants when she's in heat, she wants to go outside so much more than when she's not. So I just have to watch her real close.
Yeah.
I don't need her taking off and coming back with something. Baby's in her belly. So I watch her real close. I was actually outside with her one day, and she was in the side yard. We have almost 3 acres, and I was standing on the porch watching her. And this guy pulls up in a pickup truck and he's out there. Come here, doggy. Come here, dog. Come here. And I said, excuse me? And he goes, oh, is that your dog? And I'm going, yeah, that's my dog. She's in her yard. He goes, oh, I thought it was a stray. I'm like, yeah, huh? I didn't say anything mean to him. I said, no, she's mine. And then my grandson asked me what color truck it was. I told him. He goes, he did that to him too. I said, yeah, I think he's trying to steal her. I don't think she'd go with him, but.
Yeah, that happened to us a couple times. My mom would let the dog out and she'd be standing right in the doorway watching out the window, and someone in the car would pull right up and trying to call the dog over.
Well, she's a here in Ohio. I don't know. They love them big dogs like that. They love the mastiffs and they'll steal them right out of your yard. And I think they train them to fight. You know, they use them they'll put them in with pit bulls and that and train their pit bulls. And yeah. But I think I'd shoot somebody. They tried to take my Tootsie. I'd run them down and shoot your car windows. I'd get my dog back. She's pretty. Fast. Man, that dog can run. And then my little guy, my little Shih Tzu, I call him my little man. He's getting old. He's 9. But he's right up her alley, buddy. He guards her. It's funny because he guards her. And she'll look at him, put her paw on him like, you little nit. Get in your bed, you little nit, you know. You need to go down and get some water. You're panting pretty. You hot? You hot? I'm not giving you no candy. No. No, stop licking me. You know better. I don't like that when they lick me. No, Toots, stop. Go down and get Mushu. Go get Mushu. Go tell Mushu, come here. Go tell Mushu. Go get Mushu. Go on. Go get Mushu. He's not up here. Oh, there she got her ball. Take it down to Mushu. That's a good girl. Take it down to Mushu. Go give it to Dad. Take it to Dad. Take the ball to Dad. Go on. Yeah, go take it to Dad. Good girl. She took it downstairs to her dad. He'll get the mail, and if I got mail and I'm up here, he'll say, "Take this up to Mom. She'll bring the mail up to me." She listens pretty. Sometimes you have to tell her 2 or 3, but she looks at you like real stern when she's trying to understand what you're saying. Like I was telling her, take that down to Dad. She got the ball in her mouth. She looked back. Well, take it to Dad. She'll take it down to Dad.
Yeah.
If he's out on the lawnmower, I'll give her a bottled water and I'll say, take that to Dad. And he'll take it and pour it in his thermos because he don't want her mouth germs. So he takes it, opens bottles up and pours it in his thermos. But she's got that school bus time down, buddy. She knows when it's time for my granddaughter to get home. Oh, about 2:45, she'll start watching out the patio doors. And the first school bus comes through and it goes the other way. And she'll start getting anxious. And then when that second one comes, oh, Lord, she's havoc. Oh, she won't lock that door now.
Yeah, when I had both animals, dogs and cats,
Mm-hmm.
I'd like male dogs, but I like female cats.
Mm-hmm. And I like
male
female
dogs. You have to worry
dogs.
about them once a month, though, if they don't get fixed.
I think the female dogs are smarter than male dogs, but they're more you got to deal with the heat and stuff, but I think I don't know. I just think they're more smarter. You know, some of them are more smarter and they're more protective, I think. because we had male huskies when we were growing up. My dad always bought us Siberian huskies or Malamutes. We always had Malamutes, the big ones. And
Yeah.
when we had the females, they would watch us like hawks, us kids, and they'd guard us like hawks. And the male ones would just kind of lay around, you know. But we always had Malamutes. Malamutes are a German Shepherd. And them Malamutes, they're Houdinis. I don't care how you try to pin them things up, they will get loose every time. A husky, them dogs are Houdinis. They got magic in them or something, because you could put them in a full fenced-in yard, and they'll climb that fence to get out.
Yeah, my uncle had a Malamute, and one time we were over like for a picnic or something, and someone else came over for something, and the dog was like protecting everyone that was in the house.
Mm-hmm. Well, they will. They're very protective. We would go out. We were kids, and we'd go out in the back to play, and Dad would tell him, he'd say, Kimo, watch those babies. Watch those babies, Kimo. She would not leave that yard till the last kid went in the house. She wouldn't move till the last kid went in the house. And if one of them got a little close to the fence, she'd grab him by the pants and pull him back away from the fence. But yeah, she was. But they were so hairy. Oh. And we weren't allowed to keep them in the house. In the wintertime, they had their little houses in the garage. We had a heated garage. And Dad would always make sure they had, their beds and stuff in the garage. Because Mom wouldn't let them in the house because of the hair, when they were shedding and stuff. But now if it was getting like below zero and stuff, she'd let us put them in the basement. We could put them in the basement. But she wouldn't let them in the house.
One person asked me about a code. And at first they wrote it wrong, and then I had to look. But I only told them because they're like, "Oh, it didn't give us a primary cancer," and I'm like, "Because you use unspecific cancer." I won't. That's all I can tell them. I'm not telling them the code or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they have to look it up. It gets their mind thinking about the coding, which I'm getting better at now.
Hi, Ariel. I don't know if I said hello to you. Oh,
Hi, Ariel.
She brought Mushu back up with her. Mushu, you need a bath. I got to give you a bath tomorrow if I feel up to it. I do my own grooming on my little Shih Tzu. I don't take him to a groomer. I do it myself because I'm afraid he'll let me do anything to him. That dog will let me get the scissors as close to his eyes as possible. He don't care. He'll let me do anything to him. And if I take him to a groomer and one of them's mean to him, I'll never be able to do that again. He won't want a bath or be groomed or anything. So I've done it all since he's a pup. I do all of his own grooming. He loves it. Oh, you mentioned bath to him, and buddy. He loves him. He loves the blow dryer. I blow dry him and brush him and pamper him, and he's got all these hair products and stuff that I use on him, keep him silky and soft. And Tootsie, all I got to do is open the shower door and say, "Bath, Tootsie." She's in there. She'll jump right in.
Sarah, that's quite a bit.
Wow. You made a lot of stuff, Sarah. I haven't crocheted too much lately.
I don't think anyone did their coding tonight or today.
They're going to wait for you to give them the answer.
98 pounds? Pretty soon you're going to do as much as you weigh.
Jeez. My hands would be falling off. I'm getting carpal tunnels in this hand, and it's hard for me to crochet anymore. Actually, it's getting hard to do anything because it hurts so bad, but I got to go in and get them taken care of.
Yeah.
I knit more than I crochet.
I can't knit. I can get it on, but I don't know how to take them off. I don't know much about knitting.
But no, I have to knit more than I crochet because it hurts to crochet.
Oh. I'm having trouble sewing buttons anymore, even buttoning buttons with my fingers. It's these last 3 on this hand. They like lock up on me in there.
She has more on that list that she hasn't counted yet. Of wait.
Wow. You just crochet for the whole town? That's a lot of crocheting.
And she works too.
Man.
I can't wait till I'm not having to study and I actually have a job and I can knit when I'm home.
Does knitting go faster than crocheting, do you think? I didn't think it did either. And somebody was telling me knitting's faster than crocheting. I don't think so.
You use less yarn when you knit than when you crochet. It takes more yarn to crochet than it does to knit.
I like the looks of knitting though.
Mm-hmm. So I have I have a sock on my needles.
Okay. I got a bunch of sock yarn. I don't know what I'm going to do with because I don't knit.
You can crochet socks.
I'll have to try it. I don't know how to make them. I have to watch people. I can't follow a written pattern too good. I can follow people and see it done, but I can't follow a written pattern too good.
Yeah, I know that. You are fast, Sarah.
Hi, Steven's wife. I'm Cricket.
Yeah, Sarah.
What's that?
It's daughter of Ra.
She sometimes appears. Daughter of Ross. She appears in chat sometimes.
Okay. Daughter of Ra? Is that what you said?
R.A. Daughter of R.A.
Okay.
She's also came in and played bingo on Elaine's.
Okay. So she has her own channel. Then I'll have to check it out.
You're not gonna find anything.
She does not have her own channel.
Oh.
YouTube, I have followers.
Well, she should get a channel. Like, don't you have a channel? Don't you have a channel, Steven?
I got one that's got a few things from live streaming like a few years ago, but that's about it.
Does she do any crafting or anything like that?
She does diamond paintings and some.
There you go. Get on there and just do diamond painting.
And cross stitch stuff too.
Yeah, I was gonna say Sarah is fast because there's times I've seen her. She'd be talking to somebody else on panel or whatever, and next thing you knows, she's got
the hands going.
Yeah,
she's got something done.
She's already like a machine.
Yeah, I've seen Sarah start off with like something like
them hair scrunchies. She did that one night. It was like, what?
Just
done. Yeah. She's like a machine.
Done.
I'm done.
Done.
There's Lydia.
Hey, Lydia.
Sarah
has on, Lydia.
Sarah has a magic hands. Right, Sarah?
She does. She's got, man. I'll tell you another one that's fast is that Crystal from Bagel Day. She's a fast crocheter too. And Juan the yarn addict. That man, I'm like, he's like Speedy Gonzalez when he starts crocheting. And he'll sit there and talk to you, and I'm trying to see what he's doing, and he's going so fast I can't keep up with him.
Who's
we
this?
We know another one. Chandler rocks with yarn.
Yeah, yep.
She's a fast crocheter.
Yep, Chandler is. I haven't seen her on much lately.
I see her on Facebook more than I see her on the.
Yeah, me too. I see her more. She used to go up on Zach's quite a bit, but I haven't even seen Zach on lately.
Lydia, if you need to, you can go to bed.
Yeah.
I know you're not feeling the greatest, and
Lydia's she's got the headaches, but she's been under so much stress and chaos that it's going to take her a while to get.
Yeah.
Back around. And the more she's under, she's gonna get tired real easy.
Don't make me make a trip over to there to Nebraska. And
Yeah, we all need to get a van
tuck
and
you
jump in a
in.
van and go over there and kidnap her. Get her away from there for a while. I almost got to see her this summer when I was out there, but my son had some things he had to go do, so we couldn't make it over there. I was so upset. I thought, well, if I'd known that, I'd have got on a bus. Went over and seen her.
Yeah. And there was a date that day too, and you were so close to Bryn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you skated right by her, and you didn't stop by and say,
I wasn't driving. Speedy Gonzalez was driving. Mario Andretti. When Speedy wasn't driving, Mario was driving. It was like, whew, if I make it back to Ohio alive, I'll kiss the ground. Yep. I had Speedio and Mario Andretti on that damn car driving.
Are you sure not more like AJ Foyt?
I don't know. They were flying. All I know is I was in that back seat. I was in that back seat just looking down, talking to you all because I didn't want to look what was in front of me.
Why? How fast was he going?
Oh, he was doing 90, 95.
Oh,
Some areas, but the traffic, I mean, seriously though, not in just my son's, but the traffic was flying too. Traffic was doing at least 80 and 85. And I'm like, well, they're going fast enough for me. You ain't got to go any faster than them. Yeah, he was. He wanted to get back.
Even in Ohio, even doing that speed in Ohio?
Yeah, when we got over the line coming, he got on the turnpike and then he slowed it down some. But
good idea.
Yeah.
Because I have heard the reports of police sitting on the side of the road ready to get you.
Well, see, out there in South Dakota, some of the speed limits out there are 80 and 85.
Yeah.
The speed limit. So, he didn't think nothing of it. And it's like, oh, my God.
I think I've even seen 85 mile an hour speed limit down in Texas.
Mm-hmm. Some of them have that, but hi, Renegade.
Hey, Renegade. But yeah. Heck, I remember one time I was with my dad out for over the road trip, and I think we were just going right straight down I-75.
Mm-hmm.
And he had told me about the how much of a police presence there was, and so I was like, you know what? I am going to start counting. How many do we see on the side of the road waiting to get somebody? I think I counted probably 14 or so overall.
What about the ER? Why?
Uh-oh.
I gotta let you guys go. My granddaughter ain't feeling too good. I'm gonna have to check her out. All right. I'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, Cricket.
Yep. Take it easy, guys. I'll talk to you later.
Take care, Cricket. Get well soon there, whomever.
Yeah, it's my granddaughter. Just come up, tell me. It's my granddaughter.
Yeah, I was bringing up the chat on my phone.
Yeah, I thought
What happened to Renegade?
Huh?
She's asking. Susan was asking if he was okay. I was like, "What happened to him?" I was like,
Renegade.
Yeah, I heard who came on in her room say, I think I need to go to ER or something like that.
No, I'm talking about Renegade. Susan asked if he was okay.
I mean, last I checked, he was okay.
Oh, I gotta keep an eye on my phone.
Eye on your phone?
Yeah, in case classmates asking for code hints.
Ah.
One just asked. She asked because she couldn't figure out, because all they told you was the secondary cancer was liver cancer, and it doesn't tell you what the primary was. The primary site for cancer. So I had to tell her you have to use an unspecific cancer code.
Probably all stuff that'll go right clean over my head.
Yeah, Renegade, I didn't make it over to you tonight. I was involved in something else earlier.
You're not okay, but you're good. And then I'm okay.
I thought I was hearing a low rumble of sorts outside.
I wonder how many classmates will be in coding class tomorrow.
Well, I guess I'll find out tomorrow.
I'll be there. Because I do better than, because she can see where I'm at and she can say, yeah, you're close or whatnot and all that. She can actually see, or when I get a code and she's wondering why it wasn't an oddball to me and I found it, she had to ask me where I found it.
Yeah.
And all that. So, and they were competencies and I got 100% on them. Everyone else is still working on them. I turned mine in, so I'll be ready for the new codes. Oh no.
Huh? Oh no.
The gymnast is out. No, he's not out yet.
Oh.
I thought the gymnast was out. Three couples still left.
Layla's being a slipper snatcher.
And you got to consider, I'm like at least 20 to 30 years older than all the other classmates. So you can teach an old dog new tricks.
Yeah. Oh, you'll have to show us that one, Sarah.
Oh, the gymnast won, or the gymnast made it.
Oops.
Someone that I don't know got booted off today. I don't know who she is.
Off of
Dancing with the Stars. I had that on in the background because there's nothing else on.
Oh.
And I like watching High Potential on after it, so.
Yeah, one of my other channels I watch, Canadian YouTuber, he's not on this week. Yeah, it's a van life one.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
I think I watch more stuff in Canada than more than anything now.
Oh, I watch stuff from darn near anywhere and everywhere.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 11 things in one class and 13 in another class.
Oh, there's the other phone.
Hey, BB. I was in bed by 9:30 last night. I was so exhausted.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was out of my house at 7 in the morning and I didn't get home till 6. Because I went to my dad's house after class.
Yeah, well, Hawk, that might be a sign. Might be a sign indeed.
I don't really watch it because I don't know who hardly any of the people are. It's just on in the background till this show comes on because it's either The Voice or Dancing with the Stars or FBI. That's
Yeah.
my choices.
Try to look up something and they plaster you with all kinds of stupid ads and stuff.
On what?
My phone.
Oh,
Trying to look up what Sarah mentioned and
the sugar and cream?
yeah.
Yeah. You go to a website on your phone and obviously ad. It's like, I can't see what I want to really look at. Close. Oh, I hit it wrong and it's taking me elsewhere. Right, Arnie?
Yeah. And you try to click on what you are looking at and takes you someplace else.
Yep.
I hate that.
This is the color.
I got the same. Now Bryn's getting it.
Oh.
It's like camouflage.
Oh, camouflage. I think Renegade would approve of that.
They want to send me ads. I don't want to have ads sent to my phone number.
I can see Renegade very much approving camouflage.
Yeah, sometimes on my phone I'll get something or another that wants to show you this or whatever. Block or allow. I hit block every time.
Mm-hmm.
I had my hair up.
According to Sarah and
Yeah,
Brenda,
that's the one named Renegade. Yeah, that's the one called Renegade.
We'll see when Renegade comes back with the. But I'm sure he'd be like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." Yep, there, boom. I thought so. Got a cool out of him.
My face is all broke out. It's got it's healing rash, I should say. I'm not broke out anymore.
Yeah, anyways, I'm gonna call it a night here. I'm over the 2-hour mark.
Yep.
So I hope everyone has a good night, and don't forget Maters on tomorrow night, 6:00 Central. So hopefully we'll see you all over there tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And other than that, be happy, be positive, be productive, and be creative.
Yeah. Good night, everybody.
Hi,
Good
everyone.
night, everyone.